also offer traditional vent hoods. This particular one is what they call an island vent hood, which is made for islands, which are not, when your appliances aren't up against the wall. But they also make just traditional units that are wall mounted. As well as DCS offers a professional vent hood, which is what you're looking at here, and then they offer a Euro vent hood. And the difference is they're actually very similar. The difference is that the Euro is 12 inches tall and the professional is 18 inches tall. And so it just depends on the style that you like. As well as, they do offer this thing in 3 sizes to go with the 3 sizes of their ranges. So, you've got your vent hoods that can be mounted above the unit. And basically, they're pretty simple, but they're well made. You've got a lighting system that can be adjusted low or high to give you, some little bit more light while you're running. And then, this is, again, keep in mind too, we'll go ahead and turn this thing on for you and let you see it in action. But it's also not rigged to the outside of the building here, so it's a little bit louder than it would normally be in your home. But you've got different settings here. You've got a low, a medium, a high, and a max. Same thing, you've got a lot of strength here. However, you do have, within your different sizes, you do have the capabilities of getting anywhere from a 600 to a 1200 CFM vent hood. And basically CFM stands for cubic feet per minute. That's how they rate vent hoods, by how much air they can move. So you do have the option to get those, of course, on your larger units. For instance, the one that goes with the 48-inch range, the vent is actually a little bit larger than the range itself to, overlap a little bit for your assembly. Some of those bigger units only come in 1200, and then on the flip side, some of the smaller ones, you may have more options regarding 600 and 1200 CFM. So, you do have, some flexibility with these units. And something else that I'd like for you to take a look at is actually the filters that are used on this assembly. They're stainless steel, and ultimately, of course, while you're cooking, this thing is pulling all your, your heat and your smoke out. And then here are your filters, and they're pretty easy to change out, or rather not to change out, but to clean. You got 2 pegs here, and what you do is you kind of pull it in one direction. It allows this end to kind of slide out of the slot to where you can take them down pretty easily. And what's nice about this thing is, because you see these are going to get a little dirty on you, put them in the dishwasher. Takes the the work out of it. Again, DCS's focus, one of their main focuses is easy cleanup, and they've succeeded yet again with their vent hood. I'm going to remove this other paneling. Again, real simple. Flip up and it flips down. And here's how these things work. It's probably kind of tough to see when they're in there, but these vents actually sit up in there at a slight angle. And so the grease and debris that collects in here actually drains towards the middle part of the appliance. All right, guys, and for all of the grease that drains off of your filters themselves, they get into a collection in the middle of the unit. What you do is you remove both filters, both sides, and then this tray will come right out for cleaning purposes. Again, stainless steel. It'll go in the dishwasher. They've made it very easy as far as cleanup on your vent hood itself. And then I'll let y'all guys kind of come in here and take a look. But then once this stuff is out of place, the motor itself is exposed, and they just mount on top of the unit. So again, DCS has done a good job as far as providing a lot of adequate ventilation. One thing that I almost forgot is that as we mentioned in a previous clipping, you do have the option on the wall-mounted assemblies to get the built-in radiant heating units that if you had a large back guard on the back of the wall-mounted unit, you could then use that heating element to keep plates warm and things along those lines. And so, again, DCS, they've got you covered on all aspects, including ventilation. And if you have any questions, please give us a call. We'd be happy to help.